today I'm going to be looking at photos that could only have been taken in Australia. Tell me if you agree with that when you see these. Let's have a look. Number one, first up, this kookaburra sitting on a hills hoist with a ute in the background and the overgrown Aussie bushland. I mean, if you're given marks out of 10 for Aussiness, that's almost reaching a 10. Is that a goon on the thing, man? Playing, what is it, Goon of Fortune or something, I think someone said. Tell me if that's a goon, maybe I'm misidentifying, but very Aussie. The bird, the bush, the ute. Tell me more about the ute. Why is that such an Australian icon? Obviously, I think it's some sort of pickup truck. Maybe it's just used in the rural areas. What's the history of it? Number two, this number plate from South Australia. Yeah, nah. Yeah, I know that's quite a part of Aussie vocabulary. How do you use it properly? Is it something like if someone says, do you like wine? You say like, yeah, nah, I like beer, something like that. But yeah, is that a valid number plate actually? This mug showing a pink cockatoo munching on a Buffalo Bill. What is a Buffalo Bill? So this must be the Buffalo Bill. Is it some sort of like ice cream? It looks like that sort of soft, milky, creamy ice cream that kids eat. Tell me if it is. A very resplendent looking cockatoo there, man. Looking pretty cool. This special edition $1 didgeridoo. So maybe it's like a didgeridoo $1. So here we are. Another very Aussie picture. We've got the beach, the buff lifeguard, the bikini babe. I mean, this guy looks like the sort of stereotypical Aussie surfer dude, to my knowledge, with the top and the hat. But yeah, it's a cool coin, $1 it says didgeridoo on there, got the didgeridoo. Pretty nice, and got a kangaroo in the background there as well. Very Aussie. Number 5, this barefoot fella in boardies, clutching a beef burger with a cheeky bit of beetroot. Again, very Aussie. I've not tried it again myself, but I would love to. I like pickled beetroot on a burger. Definitely give it some sharpness, some acidity. The boardies I've not heard before, but I'm guessing it's like board shorts. I guess more Aussie slang. Barefoot fella. Barefoot is definitely very Aussie, no matter if you're on the beach or in the mall. Number 6, this bedazzled mailbox with a bunch of old lighters, coat caps, and the crown jewel, a Holden hood ornament. So what is a Holden hood ornament? Is it this part? I mean, that is impressive to an extent. Why would you have so many lighters? The handiwork this went into that, the craft work, very impressive. But how much time has this person got on their hands? Even where do they get the idea for something like that? Impressive, but is that the best use of their time? I don't know. Number 7, this typical suburban backyard with a kanga resting in the sunshine. There's a kangaroo. That is an amazing backyard. Tell me if you've got a backyard like that. That's almost like artwork. Stunning photograph. Kangaroo just chilling, enjoying himself. This attempt by the government to relate to Aussies by speaking the common man's tongue. Say yeah, nah to speeding. Is that the correct context to use that? What do you think about the government taking the slang, the common man's tongue, and using it? 9, the sublime shot of a cockatoo resting above the opera house. Yeah, beautiful. Why is there a cockatoo in the middle of Sydney? Do cockatoos just fly about Australian cities like that? What is the best, or what's the most beautiful or most unique Aussie bird? Cockatoo is pretty cool. I didn't know they just flew around like that, but I guess they do. Number 10, this Airtasker request that could only have been written by an Australian man. Hi, I went and done the dirty on me wife and feel like a bloody idiot. Can someone write me a poem so I can send her a note with some flowers? I mean, the bloody idiot bit, definitely Australian. Done the dirty on me wife. What is Airtasker? Is it some place you can get people to do things for you? Some odd jobs maybe? Tell me if you've used it, what you think about that. This insurance claim diagram following a running with a kangaroo. Yep, there's the kangaroo there. Kangaroo for jumping out in front of the... Oh, so it says, who do you think was to blame? The kangaroo for jumping out in front of... from the scrub. The kangaroo's at fault here. Great drawing. A big tail. Yeah, pretty good, man. Some nice bush there. Definitely not going to have insurance claims related to kangaroos in many other countries. This backyard Barbie, awesome work again. I mean, I got to say again, how much time do people have to spend on arts and crafts in Australia? Some great work here. Straya, you effing beauty. Fair effing dinkum. Nice. Fair suck of the sav. I don't want to think about sucking salves, but great work. Very psychedelic on that. What is that kind of vehicle there actually? No idea. Classic car, but it's been graffitied. This collection of iconic Aussie snacks. Nice. I never knew Mars pods were from Australia actually. Mint slices, never tried but would love to. Look good. Anzac biscuits, never tried before. Shapes I've had. Tim Tams, of course. Milo is very popular here in Malaysia. Let's see what we've got. Tim Tams, all the good stuff. What's your favourite Aussie snack? This intensely satisfying photo of a brand new jar of Vegemite with a campsite set up in the background. Yep, definitely satisfying the way that's just got the little tip of Vegemite there, the Vegemite tip. Have a bite on that. These wonderful Aussie critters known as Macropanicia rhinoceros. That is absolutely disgusting. That makes me feel rather weird. How big is that thing as well? That I'd rather see a spider or a snake than that thing. That's horrific. 16. This national tragedy that Aussies will feel sharply. The broken thong. Has that ever happened to you? What's the worst place that's ever happened to you? This iconic serving of chippies with the Aussie made tomato sauce dispensers. Okay, I've never seen them before. I know that it's a thing in Australia that you have to pay for your tomato sauce. What do you think about those chips? Are they standard Aussie fish and chips? A bit thinner than British ones. 18. This Jats, crackers, cheese and cabanossi platter. Okay, I've never heard of Jats or cabanossi. Okay, we got similar things like this. I think it's very 80s, but one of those things you get at parties, like little cocktail sticks. We actually would have pineapple and pickled onions on top of this or with this as well. But yeah, I'm all for that. It looks pretty good. 19. This hilariously upfront sign, cheap grog here. That is very honest. I don't know what grog means, but I'm going to think it means something like crap, rubbish, cheap rubbish here. Back, come and get your cheap goods. I've never seen a sign so straightforward, but pretty good. 20. And this one too, horse S, $2 a bag. Have you ever bought that before? Would you buy that? I guess it would be for your plants and things, like a sort of fertilizer maybe, or maybe people just buy it for fun. I don't know. 21. The taste of Oz on a plate. Got some fairy bread there, nice. What are these? Yeah man, what is this? Is this like a platter for a kid's party or something? Looks pretty good. I like the look of it, honestly. 22. This trap and release spider tool. That's a Tupperware and paper. I've used that before for like small ants and maybe small spiders. I'm not going anywhere near that thing, man. I'm getting like a brush and trying to squash it. Tell me if you've ever had to remove a spider that big. 23. This bumper sticker. CUNT. See you in the NT. Is that Northern Territories? But obviously we know what that means. See you next Tuesday. Very Aussie as well. 24. The sunset shot of Skippy. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. The sunset, the kangaroo just hopping along there, man, just enjoying life. Good stuff. These mates carting a 24 pack of beers home. There we go, man. That's good stuff. That's what friends are for. Riding the bike. I think that's a mullet, maybe I can see in there. Can't see it too closely, but obviously going back for a good time. Some beers, man. Enjoying themselves. Good guys. 26. This chef's kiss serving of Milo on top of ice cream. I mean, again, I mentioned Milo's very popular here in Malaysia. They would definitely have that. They actually have a drink called Milo Dinosaur, which is just a glass of Milo. Then they pour Milo powder on top. Diabetes in a glass explains why so many people here in Malaysia are obese and have diabetes, but tastes good, man. 27. This cafe sign, customers, please be aware that the kookaburras will swoop in and may take your food. We ask that you do not feed any of the birds. Good advice. Definitely not going to see many kookaburras swooping in and eating your food in most other countries, honestly. 28. This admittedly photoshopped pic of a koala with a VB tin and a durry in hand. What's a durry? There's a VB. Is a durry a joint, man? Look at the eyes. Although that's photoshopped, I love it. He definitely looks like he's having a good time. My eyes have definitely been in this state before as well. 29, this sleeve tattoo that might be the most Australian inking I've ever seen. What we got here? Bundaberg. Is that pineapple? Are pineapples Australian? Got a koala. I don't know what this character is here. Such is life. They got the VB. That, I don't know. Is that called bogan? Would you say that is bogan? I don't really know what bogan means, but I think it's something like that. 30, this iconic duo, Vegemite and the kangaroo. Yeah, man, name a more iconic duo. Perfect. These lazy 31, these lazy roos taking a beachside snooze. Man, kangaroos got a good life. They pick the good spots to chill beside the beach, just relaxing, man. Good life. 32, this toilet roll holder with the Aussie coat of arms. Okay, I can't really see the coat of arms. Is that literally arms holding the toilet roll holder? I've never seen that before. 33, this giant koala. Okay, man, you walk in through the giant koala's butt. It's got some hairy ears, getting on in age. What is this for? Is it some sort of koala sanctuary or zoo, something like that? It looks kind of creepy, man. You wouldn't want to see that walking back from the pub or under the influence of any sort of durries. Is that how you would say? 34, this limited edition $100 Aussie coin. Nice. Never seen that before. Have you seen that before? 35, this magpie coming in for the kill during spring. That looks wild. Wait a minute. How's she taking a selfie? Is she on a bike? He or she, I don't know if that's a he or she, sorry. Taking a selfie just at the moment this magpie is attacking her. That's quite an amazing capture, to be honest. And people have told me about magpies in Australia are a bit mental, especially compared to British magpies. I can see that here. And this one too. What? They've actually attached these wire things as some sort of mechanism to stop birds. Is this a real problem? Magpies swooping down and landing on cyclists' head, that they need to go through this sort of process? That's mental. 37, then there's this guy who just wants to make friends. There we go, man. Just let it happen. Let it be. Chilling. And number 38. And finally, this very Australian sign that you'll find on many a highway in this great nation. Next. Wow, that doesn't look very... Reproduction area. No way. Do not disturb the kangaroos. I was thinking there. I thought my mind was just in the gutter. But it's actually what it's for. Reproduction area. Give those guys peace and quiet, man. They've got their own space. I've never seen that before. But fair enough, man. Tell me what you think about them. Definitely a lot of them you'll only find in Australia. Tell me if you've seen any of those sites before. Thanks.